What is going on, people? Let's give it a couple minutes for people to come checking in. Hope everybody's doing good. We are live. Yeah, Basel 3 is very interesting because it both helps and hurts gold at the same time. Because just like on the a lot of the markets we see, like the definitely when it comes to the comics, or not the comics, but a lot of these people selling shorts and longs on the same metal. We hear that a lot about what's going on under Basel 3. So we got to keep an eye on that. I'm curious. We'll give it a little time. Let some more people come in. What's going on? C. Jones, Steve, Courtney, Charles. We will get into quite a few things. I'm just reading while I'm waiting for people to come in real quick. Courtney. I've been buying all my silver with government money. That's how it should be. Look, if they buy assets with that crappy money, you know what? Take that fiat money. It isn't worth nothing, just like they do, and buy assets with it. That's what I say. What's up, San Jose? Justin, I used to hang around in San Jose a lot. I used to club promote out there. This club called Sabors. I love it. It was a lot of fun. Actually, all of them out there. You had the Vault, Sabors, Studio. What is that? Studio was out there. Yeah, then they switched the name so many times. God only knows. All right, real quick, I'm just going to go over a couple of things like I normally do on my videos. I'm going to go over them real quick here, guys. So give me just a second. Just get them out of the way. So bear with me. Okay, you guys know about what's going on here. So let's go ahead and silver squeeze. You guys know this. If you're buying precious metals, give a consideration to our friends at Money Metals Exchange. We're talking about the silver squeeze second wave. Some people aren't sure what's going on, but I'll let you know. First-time buyers, if you buy more than $100, use promo code PIMPY and they'll give you a free half ounce of silver. So I heard Chris Marcus talking about this company, Silver Viper. All right, so if you guys are interested in learning more about it, I'll put the link down below in the description. Here he is talking about this company. But I thought you guys might be interested in knowing about it because it jumped up a nice little jump. It's at 57 cents right now. So everybody's out there buying cryptos and stuff. I'm like, well, heck, silver miner companies, man. Listen to them talk about it. You never know. I just thought it was worth mentioning to you guys. Okay, you guys know that today is the first day of my routine. I started over there in the HempWorks group. All right. So these are the things that I have. I do 8 sprays of each in the morning, the Trim 365 and the Keto. You guys know we have the Vitality pills. I take those as well as drink my coffee. I heard they're still out over there. Hopefully they'll turn around and quickly will put that all in there or restock that is what I should say. And today is the last day for the Mother's Day gift, you guys. If you're anything like me, I forget all the time. So this time I got ahead of it. I bought this pack over there. There'll be the link for it down below. It's a nice little gift. It's got all kinds of things in here, goodies, aromatherapy thing, refresh, facial mask. And so I want to encourage you guys to get it. It's got the full spectrum, 500 milligram natural CBD. Okay, you guys. So I want to encourage you guys to go get one of those for the significant other that's got babies if you haven't done that already. So for your lovely wife, mother, whatever you want to do, I encourage you guys to go get that. You guys know I got Pimpy's Investment chat over here, same name as the YouTube channel. Over here, they do talk about gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, as well as foreign currency investments. So come join us. It's free to do so, and the link is down below. This is what I was talking about. So over in this group, I started another one because I'm trying to separate that from this videos here. So over there in the HempWorks, this is we started a new routine. It's real simple. Those sprays, 8 of each of them in the morning, 1 thing of coffee, and 1 Vital, and I increased my water intake. I said 64 ounces, but I must be joking because I can't drink that much water. I'm not a big water drinker, so I'm increasing my water intake is what I'm doing. So if you guys can get down 16 ounce, if you get 64 down, then you're better than I am. And like I said, I joked around before. It's so easy for me to put down 64 ounces of beer, no problem. But trying to do 64 ounces of water, good Lord, man, it takes forever. And I'm tired of peeing all the time. So anyways, in here, you guys, is a group. I'm going to be walking a mile a day. I'm supposed to be doing my walk here probably in about an hour and a half when it cools off just a little bit. And so that's what I'm going to be doing every day the first 2 weeks. Increase my water intake, do my normal daily regimen of my HempWorks products, and then do my walk, okay? But the group, you guys come join us. We're going to be posting before and after pictures as people lose their weight. You guys know what's going on over here. Very interesting things going on as far as gold, silver, and crypto markets. I was surprised to hear the former head of the Federal Reserve come out and say, was it? No, he's a comics guy, the comics. He's the one who said that gold was short. Very interesting. It did move up today just because of the issues with the U.S. bonds. People they are losing their confidence in the United States currency and the economy. We know it's artificially pumped. We see it happen all the time. Look at silver did hit $27. Wasn't much of a jump, but that you could think the futures contracts trying to do whatever they can to keep the price down. There was a lot of movement still on silver, you guys. But I know a lot of people are like, well, wait a minute. They still have inventory on the websites. It's not like last time when it sold out. Well, no, this time they were warned. They stocked up on it. They stocked up big time. They went ahead and got prepared for it. So the silver is there. So again, I want to encourage you guys just to keep doing your part. It isn't just a one-day sale. There was a mad rush on silver the week before, and people were trying to beat the premiums ahead of time is what they were doing. So yeah, you guys, again, the silver is here. We keep doing our part. We know it has an effect. They can say what they want. There's some great deals going on over here at Money Metals as usual. All right, you guys. So the inventory is there. I just want to encourage you guys. You guys know this link is down below in the description. So there's still lots of silver left. And that's because, again, they were preparing themselves for this second wave of silver squeeze. So all of a sudden, miraculously, of course, during the silver wave, what do we see happen? Oh, we see a rush on cryptocurrencies, of course, magically. So whatever it is. Anyways, you know, Bitcoin is still 8,000 below their normal high. They'd actually dropped down to 48,000 at one time. And now they seem to be going down again. But if I may pat myself on the back just a little, it looks like, of course, once again, Ethereum setting yet another record, 3,433. It continues to climb, climb, climb. XRP, as high as 196. Right now it's at 149, around 150. Dogecoin hit a high, their record high. Polkadot actually hit their record high and just came down just a little bit. So, and then, of course, as you see, Litecoin up, it's getting close to its high. So a lot of these started getting near. Remember, I was showing you on the 52-week average, they were somewhere around the middle. And now look at all of them are mostly towards, some of them are new highs, but some of them are towards the high end of the 52-week average. All right? That's not by mistake. There are some things happening out there in the world of crypto. One of them, Korean billionaire Jim Jong-ju, okay, gaming provider, bet 100 million on Bitcoin in Tokyo, largest ever cryptocurrency purchase. That might be in Tokyo. It's the largest, you know what I mean, 100 million. But we know damn well here in the United States, that's nowhere near it. We seen Elon Musk do, what is it, 1.5? But there's another company who actually did $4 trillion worth. I was like, 4 trillion? Remember, I did it in a video one time, and I thought it was just, is that even possible? So they seem to have done a lot more. It said trillion, but I'm hoping it's a typo error because that sucker would have shot up in value. Nonetheless, the company bought 1,717 Bitcoins with the average price of 58,226. Again, this is helping Bitcoin rise as more and more people are watching these big companies go in with large amounts of money, but you never hear too much about when they withdraw it. And many of you guys have brought this to my attention. Look at Bill and Melinda Gates announced they're divorcing after 30 years. My guess is one of them is not agreeing to take the jab. Anyways, the CEO said Bitcoin is likely to retain its value and offers long-term stability. As I start to talk a little bit more to the crypto people, I understand what their mission is. I get it, and I support it. They want something outside of their normal system. We all do, but we want something we could trust. The last thing we want to see happen is just to see a lot of people rush over to Bitcoin and then something happened to everybody's money. I still feel suspicious about it. But I understand we want something outside of the normal system. I just don't know if they're going to allow it. And we'll get more into that here in just a minute. Anyways, this gentleman here owns one of the largest gaming platforms, just bought $100 million worth of Bitcoin. Of course, that's good. It looks good on there. It causes the value to shoot up whenever you see that type of money being moved on cryptocurrencies. I think a lot of this could be too that Bitcoin's trying to get away from what we all know, and that is 2% of the people own 95% of all the Bitcoin. So yeah, that's not very good for diversification as far as the little peons out there. Okay. This is the type of thing I'm talking about. This is terrible. Turkey wages war on cryptocurrencies and investors lose a fortune. Turkey faces a crisis not unique in emerging economies. Soaring inflation, plunge in demand for its debt, and a bruising unemployment rate. And to that, look at, so I understand that's happening in all the countries. We know this is happening in all the countries, but you got to understand that Turkey's leader was also the one that told people in the nation to sell their gold, to turn it in, to help the country out, to help make their currency stronger. But if you have a cryptocurrency that is contributing to weakening your local currency, this is exactly what governments are going to do. So, anyways, what they had done is the president, Erdogan, who is not above installing his son-in-law as finance minister, and you get all the conditions for rampant cryptocurrency speculation. The speculation came at an abrupt end 2 weeks ago when Turkey revealed plans to ban these software-based digital tokens as a form of payments starting from April 30th in an attempt to combat flight from their money, tanking the Turkish lira. So this is exactly why cryptocurrencies make me nervous. You can have all the best intentions in the world with it, but if governments start going, look, this is dangerous, and this means we lose. See, countries love to manipulate and control their own currency. If you take that power from them, yeah, that's not going to happen. Do you understand what I'm saying? Cryptocurrencies would take that power from them. They wouldn't be able to control or manipulate their currencies. We see that happening here in the United States with gold and silver. The reason why they manipulate the values of gold and silver is because it's in direct competition with the worthless piece of crap we call the US dollar. It's a fiat currency. There's nothing there. So they purposely manipulate the market to hold it down so that it doesn't compete against the US dollar. They can only do that for so long, and then it's just going to really just blow up. As now there's rumors and talks now more shutdowns. Yeah, there's a new strain. Told you that was coming. Now they're talking about shutting down again. Countries everywhere are starting another wave of shutdowns. Are you guys surprised? Except for those great Republicans that are out there. That's right. Shout out to Ron DeSantis over in Florida. 100% Rona restrictions gone. That includes masking, everything. They're 100% open. Congrats to our future president, Ron DeSantis, who's going to be Trump's VP first, right? So anyways, so the move spook investors. Days after the freshly installed head of the central bank made the announcement, Thordix, along with another exchange platform in Turkey called Vibitcoin, collapsed. Just by an announcement, they collapsed. So it said the number of, so what happened? Thordix founder escaped to Albania, and a number of his family members were detained by authorities, according to the state security office. An international manhunt is currently underway to locate 27-year-old, I believe it's pronounced Ozair, and secure 2 billion of digital tokens he allegedly embezzled. So don't be surprised if you start seeing these kind of stories magically come out against our own cryptocurrencies. The government's going to do whatever it takes. And you see what they did in the XRP. And then that sucker tanked all the way down to 19 cents, even though it has rebounded. But they're not, our government is not beyond claiming fraud, embezzlement, or anything like that to cause the market to collapse or to look for excuses in order to, implement regulations that just really choke the crap out of cryptocurrency investors. I mean, it's bad enough Biden is talking about a capital gains tax that puts you somewhere around 42%. That's just ridiculous. So anyways, it's in any case, the digital tokens are nowhere to be found. And throughout Turkey, investors were distraught. So let's just say that these two founders of these platforms, let's say they did run off with the tokens or they did run off with the money. Okay, either way. Or the government's making it up because they're a true threat to their currency. Either side you want to look at it, the point is investors lost a ton of money. So what is going to keep that from happening here? That's always one of my biggest gripes. We're going to be competing against governments, their currencies. I mean, don't get me wrong. Again, I told you guys, I would love to have platforms and cryptocurrencies out there take us truly out of the system. Take it out of their grasp. Take it away from them. Take it away from their grips. They obviously can't manage money. Meanwhile, you got Biden and his administration talking about during their State of the Union speech, I guess you want to call it that. Half the people fell asleep. Anyways, nonetheless, talking about how they want to grow government because that's what the Democrats do. So if they're growing government, guess what they're going to do? Get rid of anything that threatens or competes with the US dollar. Manipulate it, control it, regulate it, tax the hell out of it, discourage people from doing it. So Steve and Rhonda up there, I see what you're saying. It says the elite want you in cryptocurrencies, so you'll be willing to accept the CBDC. So there's something interesting. Now we got cryptocurrencies, but we also have the digital currency. Now I get they're one and the same, but I think it's very interesting the wording that they keep, and that is the central banks keep using that verbiage to separate themselves. They keep going, look, we're digital currency, and that is cryptocurrency. I was like, isn't that the same thing? Seriously. All right. So, yeah, what I'm hoping is like when Andy, and I did an interview with Andy said something that caught my attention, and I hope he's right. And that is, if governments try to stop people with the cryptocurrencies, you hope there's an uprising. You really do. I hope he's right. So if, Turkey starts this movement or one of these countries, because they're a pretty big country, if people start going, wait a minute, what are you talking about? We want this and you're taking it from us. You hope there's some type of uprising from the people and the government sees it and goes, you know what? We don't have a choice. We have to let them have it. But either way, they're going to try to find a way to control it and manipulate it. That's what I don't want. We want what did Andy say? It definitely a decentralized currency that nobody could control. We really don't want that. Okay, real quick, Candy's asking, what are capital gains? So capital gains are when you invest your money into something, and then so you buy something, let's say a house. There's certain types of things you buy. So let's say you buy a house for $100,000, and then a couple years down the line, you get lucky and then you sell for $200,000. Well, the capital gains is the money you made from how much you paid for it and how much you sold it for. So if you bought it at 100,000, sold it at 200,000, you pay capital gains on 100,000. That's just another thing for them to screw you over. They try to discourage you from investing your money. They don't want you saving money. That's why they go with negative interest rates to make you spend your money, because we are a debt-based economy. That's exactly why they don't want you saving. That's why you see these market crashes are timed. If you think about it, they really are. So you guys having your money into stocks and ETFs, that's just paper currency, especially ETFs for silver. They're just paper currency. If something happens and it crashes, then you get nothing. That's why I keep telling people to please be careful. If you have an IRA account or a 401k, you might want to consider moving 25, 30% of it over into physical gold and silver. That is truly taking you out of the system. That is truly taking you out of the system, because you physically hold and own the precious metals. It's outside of the system. Now, people keep asking about confiscation. The confiscation that happened way back in the 30s wasn't like they were going door to door. They were just telling people the same thing that Turkey's president did. Sell the gold to help support your currency. It's going to be great for your country. And a lot of people just, when they told them it was outlawed, they just voluntarily turned it over. They didn't go house to house. So, just like we hope what's happening with crypto is if the government tries to make some kind of move like to outlaw gold and silver, like they might do with cryptocurrencies, yeah, you would hope that people would raise holy hell and you guys would start rising finally. Have you guys seen what's going on in London? I don't know if you guys are paying attention, because they don't show you that stuff here. If you go to YouTube and just put on protests in London, man, the people are out there. They're tired of the lockdowns. They're tired of all the manipulation. They're tired of the economy being crushed. They're tired of them. They are waking up to what's known as the Great Reset. Okay. So they see what's happening. We're being pushed in this new world order agenda, and people are becoming wise to it. So as far as I see people are asking me about theta. As far as theta is concerned, you guys, there are all kinds of cryptocurrencies out there. There are, and each one of them has their own use case. You know what I mean? So really what you should be doing is researching what it is that currency is created for, and then think to yourself, is it really going to serve a purpose out there? Do you think it's going to be mass adoption? See, most of these price swings that we see in cryptocurrencies have nothing to do with the utility of the coin. It has a lot to do with speculation and the price going up. That's it. Most people, if they, which cryptocurrencies that I want to buy in, they're like spending money based on speculation. All it is you guys see a currency's going up and you're trying to jump on it so you can make money off it. There's nothing wrong with that. But again, it really defeats the whole purpose of cryptocurrencies. You should go in and learn what each one does. And so this way, then you got an idea of what cryptocurrencies are. That might help a whole lot more, because then you would know which cryptocurrencies to get behind. And I spoke about this a zillion times. And I said, you guys, I'm not a fan of cryptocurrencies, but the one cryptocurrency that I do like, of course, is Ethereum. Now, back on April 21st, 2020, when I was telling everybody in our fictitious, our fictitious portfolio, and I said, everybody put $10,000. What did I say? 10,000 at Bitcoin at the time. I think the coin is like $6,000. Ethereum was like $148 each. You know what I mean? And XRP, I think XRP was like 19 cents. Maybe I might be wrong. But none of sense, had you pumped 10,000 and all the ones I spoke about, if you put 10,000 each of them, you're dang near up $100,000 off a $10,000 investment, with one exception. Ethereum, it's up like $120,000. I'll do that as stock watch again so you guys could see the difference. But again, Ethereum, there's a lot of people out there that believe Ethereum is going to pass up Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is not really working on any type of projects right now, where Ethereum has a ton of them. Do you understand that some of the programmers and designers in Bitcoins are now working with Ethereum to help create new types of programs? So that's really big. That's huge. You know what I mean? That's what you want to see, is these people that are controlling your cryptocurrencies are actually finding use cases, projects, put themselves, they need to put themselves in a position where, you know, the government can't, you know, take them away because the people are so reliant on them. And not, again, they're outside of the system. I like what Andy said. He's right. We want something outside of the system. Okay? That's definitely what we want. That's why I love gold and silver, without a doubt. There is no doubt in that whatsoever. That is truly outside of the system because you physically own it and have it. I know we want cryptocurrencies to be outside of the system, but I just showed you right now that, you know, if it was truly outside of the system, then, you know, the government would not be able to do this. You know what I mean? You know, it's competing with their lira. They're not going to allow that. That's probably the biggest, you know, point I can make about cryptocurrencies. You know, they're a threat to any country's currency, especially if you want to be outside of the United States' government control. You know what I mean? As far as the currency and the manipulation. So I just, and also with Bitcoin, again, 2% of the people own 95% of it. That's not being very diverse, if you get my drift. You know, you want more than that. You like to see it a lot more spread out. I don't want to know that 2% of the people own 95% of any cryptocurrencies. The one thing about XRP that I will give them credit for, that is this. XRP does these drops and they spread them out over different locations. So no one person owns the vast majority of them. They're spread out pretty big. So that's the kudos to XRP. Okay. So again, we're seeing that. And again, I just want people to just be careful. Gold and silver is, you know, truly out of the system. And people keep going, oh, it's not really going up. It's not really going up. Yeah, we know that because they're throwing everything they possibly can right now to hold it down. The more we keep removing the silver, it's getting too hard for them to do it. We know this. The fact that you got people admitting that, you know, the comics is running out of gold. And, you know, the LBMA in her 2021 projection, she's talking about they almost were, you know, they were almost wiped out by, you know, people moving on silver. It's just, it was amazing. They admitted it and that they're barely recovering. So, yeah, very, very interesting. Okay, let's get into, because the Iraqi Dinar, because I know some of you guys are asking about it. So we're going to get into that because once again, we're going to bring up the one thing I said I feared about over there in Iraq even. Okay, so let's get into this. So the new central bank tower in Iraq, we spoke about it before. We saw pictures of it. You know, this is the tower right here. It is going to be huge, but there's something very weird about this. I don't know how to, I'm going to tell you what I know is happening and then kind of get you guys to comment on why you think this is. So it's not just the central bank in Iraq that is building the tallest building there in Iraq. I believe this is the tallest building in Iraq. It's going to be the central bank. But the new central bank buildings, there's a lot of new ones being built, and they all seem to be very, very tall buildings. And I don't know, maybe I'm just looking too far into this, but I'm wondering why it is that they're building such large buildings. I'm wondering what's really going on inside these buildings. You know what I mean? Not just banking. This isn't a bank. The bank is when you do on the bottom here. But what's the purpose of having such high towers? Why are there so many offices? What the hell is really going on in there? You know what I mean? How many of them, I'm wondering, have listening devices? I know that sounds all tin hat foil wearing, but I'm just saying that it's kind of interesting. Okay. All right, so let's get into this. There's not a whole lot going on, but there is, but there isn't. Okay. So Parliament and Finance confirms the imminent formation of the committee to follow up on the implementation of the budget paragraphs. So doing what they can. Here's what gets me all the time. They're always forming committees. All right. If you pass a law, just implement them. Why do you have to put a committee together to implement a law you passed? It's kind of weird. So the Finance Committee intends, after approving the budget and publishing it in the Iraq News, to form a committee from its members and from the various sects in the political blocs to follow up on the implementation of the budget. So this is just 2021. Where are we at already? Almost halfway through the year, and they're still fiddle farting around with the 2021 budget. I know they're already working on a 2022 budget. But anyways, yeah, oil prices are working in their favor. They should be investing a lot more money in the private sector. in the investment side of it. You know what I mean? Not so much the operational. I know they were talking about that earlier, but hopefully. So once again, I hate to bring up and be the bearer of bad news. The one thing we do not want to see happen in the Middle East is things start becoming unstable. Outside investors are not going to go into a country and waste all their money on trying to start up a business, if they're worried about these types of things. Your employees getting hit by rockets, your building, your products being taken, stolen, or blown up. This is what we don't want to see. So what are we seeing? An uprise of what? I told you guys once this new administration got in there, and I keep hating to say I said so, but yeah, I said so. Al-Qaeda and ISIS, here they go. So targeting, I believe it's pronounced Palladium base with 3 missiles. So yesterday there was a missile attack towards the Baghdad airport, towards the American side of things. So here it is a source has said that Al-Qaeda bombed with missiles without mentioning the losses. Yeah, this is what you don't want. See, under the Obama administration, they really, and whether you believe it or not, it's fine. I get if you're a big Obama fan, but the truth of the matter is they try to destabilize the United States. They want Iran to control all of it. It is part of that New World Order agenda. They're broken up into maps. The whole Middle East is supposed to be controlled by Iran, and they did everything they can to make sure Iran had grabbed control. Libya, Yemen, a lot of those Middle Eastern countries, they're just, it's sad to say, man, not that I want to get all choked up and wussified. I really feel bad for the citizens there. So many of those countries have been turned upside down, and unfortunately it's by the Americans. You know, bad leadership we put into and they don't account, they're not accountable for anything. You know, they got their own set of laws. We've seen so many crimes being committed by people in our government, people in politics, and nothing is happening to them whatsoever. I mean, case in point, Hillary Clinton's constantly above the law. So, you know, that something's got to be done about that. And I don't want to hear no crap about clones. Stop, people. Nobody's been tried. Nobody's been executed. There's no damn clones. Jeez. Anyways, KRG calls on Iraq's federal government to implement the budget law. So, yeah, we want them to implement the budget law. This is what we're looking for. So here it is. Corona and U.S. Treasury bonds give gold a slight boost. Gold prices rose today as they support the demand for the metal, thanks to the decline in U.S. Treasury bond yields and concerns about the increase in cases of the Rona in some countries. In India, I heard it's really bad. Okay. So as more and more people are starting to lock down all over again, UK, you guys, man, I don't know what's going on there. In Canada, my brothers and sisters in Canada, why you have not marched down and removed that loser of a leader you have. I know you guys are probably saying the same thing about us. So anyways, spot gold gained 3%. Trading volume in Asia was low due to a holiday in China and Japan. So it would have went up even more. U.S. gold futures rose. So the futures are what caused the price of silver to stay fairly dormant. But we just keep putting the pressure on them. That's all you do. You just keep it up. It is working. It is having an effect. Palladium is kicking butt. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to palladium and copper. The two of them together have been on a tear lately. That and, of course, you know, lumber. Anybody out there call that one? Anybody out there say, hey, invest in lumber? I totally missed that one. Okay. Let's see here. The two houses, they're trying to work out stuff. Here's the thing. These people got to get their crap together. Seriously. Kurdistan and Baghdad. So Erbil and Baghdad. You know, if this disruptive crap keeps happening between Al-Qaeda and ISIS, you know, if these people can't get something resolved, they need to come together as one country, protect their borders, protect their people, and keep this kind of stuff from happening. You know, it's easier said than done, but nonetheless, there's a holiday coming up again. I know I want to get to the good news. For those of you who paid attention to what I was saying, we're able to do something about it. Let me get to it. So, yeah, most of the news is the meetings going on between Erbil and Baghdad still, and the fact that not one but 2 attacks with missiles have taken place. Here's the second one. A shelling near American base at Baghdad International Airport, and the CRAM system repelled a missile. So you see what I mean? This is why I question when they go, oh, we want the United States out of the Middle East. Yeah, but then why would you attack them when they start pulling troops back? That doesn't make no sense. Again, it's like grabbing somebody's fist, making them slap themselves in the face and going, why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? So this is interesting because I heard some interesting rumors about this prisoner exchange. And one of them is there is a missing CIA agent that's been missing for 7 years. And the rumor is he is part of one of these prisoner exchanges. They want 4 prisoners for 4 prisoners. But the rumor is that one of them might be the CIA guy. I'd be interested to see if that is true. Again, that's just a rumor. I would love to see that guy come back here. There's all kinds of stories about him, but I would love to see that he's still alive and that we get him back here. So here we go. What is this? The Iran currency continues to improve, and Iraq will release frozen assets. So as more and more restrictions are removed off Iran, their currency, of course, it just makes sense, is going to go up in value. Now, some of you were able to pick some up when I had first mentioned it. And it's not like it's, blistering up. It's just going up in small little increments, just like I thought it would. The value of the Iranian rial rose during the exchange market transition and today. So it's up 219,000 rials against the dollar. Okay. So again, it's moving really slowly. The currency really is cheap. It's very cheap. The restrictions we want removed off of it in a big way are the kind when we can actually legally go over and buy it. Some of us had it for a while now. So anyways, yeah. So there's quite a few articles in here talking about, here it is, the prisoner exchange, but there's quite a few articles about the Iranian rial going up in value. Okay. So I'm watching it. I told you guys once the Biden administration got in there, you would start to see the currency go up in value. He is controlled by China. China and Iran are buddies. And again, it's the part of the Biden administration. This is the 3rd term of that, and they're buddying up to Iran. So they really just want to wipe Israel off the map. For those of you who are Christians, you know what that means. We already know this is part of the prophecy that they would actually literally remove, that said the U.S. would turn on its friendship against Israel, and then Israel be nuked. So when you see this type of thing happening, the Iran nuclear thing, and then all of a sudden a lot of our politicians are turning their back on Israel for the first time in a long time. Yeah, so whether or not you guys believe in that stuff, I'm just throwing it out there. So the currency witnessed on Sunday a recovery of 4% within hours. So as we pay attention to what's going on between the Iran nuclear deal, the restrictions being moved off the oil, the restrictions being moved off of anything and everything else, they will go up in value. I told you it would. Iran is like Iraq. They really are a super rich country. It's unfortunately they screwed their own people over. It really is. So we're going to keep an eye on there and see what happened. All right. So I was talking about that. Fimpi is Kabul. I have talked to I love making fun of that. But you guys know who he is in the Dinar community. I think his name is Benny or whatever. Somebody said they played me part of his broadcast one time on there, and I heard him say it. He goes, I have talked to my contacts and I have confirmed that Pimpi is Kabul. I was like, what? Good Lord, man. Anyways, you guys, there's a lot going on. We know this. A lot of the things that I don't want to happen, I don't want to jinx it. That's why I'm saying when it comes to the currencies, just kind of, if you watch every day, you're going to go crazy, pull your hair out. Just put them to the side for a little bit. Trust me, when it happens, everybody will announce it, okay? Cryptocurrencies are going like a bat out of hell. For some reason, Bitcoin is kind of stuttering along just a little bit, although they did have a $4,000 recovery in one day, which was nice. But nonetheless, the champ still out there of all champs, Ethereum. And somebody said, you get paid by Ethereum? No. Although I told you guys this before, and I'll say it again. XRP has reached out to me and made me an offer. So if I decide to go down that path, sounds hypocritical now. They're trying to convince me that the cryptocurrency is a good thing. But if I did, and I decide to sell out, I'll let you guys know what my agreement is, just like I told you about all my other agreements. You know what I mean? There are a lot of people approaching me, and XR community is one of them. So we'll keep an eye on there, and I am talking to them, but we'll see. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad, but again, I'm still trying to get convinced that cryptocurrencies is something. It's, here, let me reword this. I should put it this way. The whole purpose and premise around cryptocurrencies, I support. Getting outside of the system, making fees cheaper. I liked it when it was peer-to-peer, total anonymity. I didn't like it when it was doing children pornography. I don't like that part of it. But, look, it's like having free speech. Either it's all free or whatever. Not saying that I support it, but, if people are going to do whatever and they want total anonymity, then it should be total anonymity, period. You know what I mean? So look at this. I love how people do this. If you don't like something, everybody says this. So everybody said that Bitcoin was a pedal coin. Now everybody's saying XRP is the pedal coin. Look, the truth of the matter is all of the cryptos are pedal coins. And what I mean by that is if the website that has this nasty children pornography on it or whatever the hell, if they have it on there, they will take any and all types of cryptocurrencies, period. That means all of them are contributing to that whole thing, period. But that's what I'm talking about. If you're going to have total anonymity, total privacy, nobody knows what's going on, then you got to take the good, the bad, and the ugly. But I do like the fact that it's outside of the system. I support that it's outside of the system. I want it to be outside of the system. I want it to be successful, but I don't want to do 100% cryptocurrencies. I want to be able to exchange my cryptocurrencies for a gold-backed physical currency that I can have at any time. Do you see what I'm saying? And I'm sure everybody agrees with that. But if we're going 100% digital, I don't trust anything about that. Okay? So I don't want people to think that I don't support the idea and principle behind cryptocurrencies. I do. I just don't trust the powers that be of somehow, some way not getting in this and screwing everything up. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm not a big fan of cryptocurrencies until they can prove 100% that they're free and safe of the central bankers, free and safe of the control of the governments. Then, hey, I'm behind it. And again, not 100% digital. I want to be able to exchange it at any time for a currency of my choice that's backed by gold, period. So fiat is pedal. Fiat dollars are pedal. You guys are terrible. Anyways, you guys, look, the silver squeeze is happening. I know you guys aren't seeing a lot of magic happen right now like we did before, but understand that the retailers this time around, they stocked up. They were ready. We gave everybody warning. We told everybody May the 1st. They got there quickly. Hell yeah, Pimpy Party. Let's wait for that. So, okay, you guys. So they definitely were waiting. They were prepared this time. So there's plenty of silver. Understand, the more we keep removing off, whether it's 1 ounce or more, it all is taking its effect on what's going on. Don't let them BS you. When you have this, I told you guys, I was watching Kiko interview. The guys that was doing the interviews, face was priceless. When the guy on the other end said, well, hey, wait a minute. No, there's a surplus of silver. And everybody's looking at him like, what? Andy, there he is. NRG DeFi App Store, you guys. So again, when Andy was on, he was talking about energy token. It's DeFi. This is what he was talking about. That's what I was saying. We want, if this is going to happen and you want me to get behind it, it has to be decentralized. I just don't want, any central bank people finding a way to control it, manipulate it, which I already see what they're wanting to do now. Sell ETFs and Bitcoin, which is bad because this is how they control the price of gold and silver. They manipulate the markets. You saw what happened at GameStop when they sold 140% on shorts. 140% of what? Really? 140% of a stock? How do you sell 140% of something? They shorted 140%. So that's the type of crap we don't want to see happen. And it's done when you start playing around with digital paper, digital stock, digital currency, whatever it is. So the one thing that's truly outside of the system is gold and silver. You physically own it. You physically have it. Now, yes, I understand the price is manipulated. I get it. Good luck with that if you get my drift. All right. I've been in on the pimpy party since the world turned upside down and puke. Still in it. I'm loving it. All right, you guys, look. People keep saying, well, Pimpy hates cryptos and Pimpy's causing these people to lose a lot of money because he's telling them not to invest. I never said not to invest in cryptocurrencies. Never once. What I said was I have no faith in them, but I also said what? There's a window of opportunity in which you can make money in it. We're in that window now. Okay? That's what I said. So, you know, you guys are too much. So had you, back on April 21st, when I first was telling people we did my fictitious folders, had you invested at the time, and I can tell you that 3 people do, but they were already rich. They know who they are. We've talked off air. You know, they pumped more than $10,000 in those. And they made a lot of money off of Ethereum. A lot of money. So when I was telling everybody fictitiously, let's pump 10,000, I can tell you that one of them was pumping 100,000 for each idea. So 100,000 into Ethereum back when it was $148. Whoo, man. Whoo. You would think they would share some love, you know what I mean? No. Keep it, you guys. Whatever it takes to help your families out, and I mean that with all my heart. I do just fine as long as damn YouTube would turn around and remonetize my channels. That's for sure. But my platform, I told you guys about it. It is, the developers are there now. They're putting together everything that needs to be done. I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to it. That particular platform is going to be very, very interesting. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'll get more into it later on. I don't want to talk about it. I jinx it. You know what I mean? So what's this? New NFT for music industries. I saw that. Is that the one? That's the one that has you can get royalties off this. You can invest into it and get royalties. So that's creative. But again, there's something about that that's interesting. My thing is, you know, these people taking snippets off of people like LeBron James and making money off it. How long until that greedy sucker starts coming in and demanding money? So you know what I mean? Yeah, peeps party. We're down. All right, you guys. So look, sorry I've been away a little bit. I had to go talk about what's going on with my companies, and then also because I kind of been distracted from that, but also fussing back and forth with YouTube a whole lot. It's very discouraging in so many ways. Seriously, they do anything. There's always nothing but excuses with those people. And so, and also just making sure my platform's up and going, and just really monitoring the silver market, you know, wanting to see something really big pop out. But this time around, everybody all the way around the clock was prepared for it, which is good. The retailers have plenty of silver. Go out there and buy it up. It is having an effect on the market. You know what I mean? It really is. But look, I do once again appreciate you guys tuning in as usual. Look, let's pray for peace in the Middle East. That's just hurting us. It really is. We don't want anything over there to happen, but mostly for their people, not just because of our investments, but, you know, really, I pray for the Iraqi people. I pray for the people over there in all the Middle East as well as everywhere else for that matter. All right, you guys, that's it for now. I do appreciate you tuning in. Once again, please hit the thumbs up button because it sure enough helps. You people are not subscribers, please subscribe. All right. And, you know, because it does help out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. All right. So that's it for now. I'm out of here, and that's it. I'm out.